Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Puna Puna Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Namah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Verse number 318. 2318. I chanted Sat Vasana Spurti Vijrimbhani Sati Yasau Vilina Pyahamadi Vasana Ati Prakashta Aruna Prabhayam Viliyate Sadhu Yathattamishra. I repeat, Sadvasana Spruti Vijrimbhani Sati Yasau Vilina Pyahamadi Vasana Ati Prakashta Aruna Prabhayam Viliyate Sadhu Yathattamishra. The translation is, when the longing to be one with Brahman has vividly risen to expression, the egocentric vasanas will readily disappear as the most intense darkness completely disappears in the radiant glow of the rising sun. Translation one more time. As the most intense darkness completely disappears in the radiant glow of the rising sun, similarly, when the eagerness to be one with Brahman has vividly risen to expression, the egocentric vasanas will readily disappear. Thought is continue, it giving an example. Like when sun rises, the darkness disappears. The night disappears. Philosophically, language, in philosophical terms, darkness has no its own existence. What darkness is it any object or not? In so many philosophies, this matter has been discussed so many times. Is darkness has its own existence or not? Is it any object or not? Actually, darkness has no its own existence. Darkness is not an object itself. It appears when there is no light. It is non-existent of light. Light has existence like sun. The main source of the light in our planet is sun. The sun's light comes to the moon and the earth everywhere. So light has existence. Wherever the light does not exist, there is darkness. So darkness is not any object, just non-existent of the light. It is no matter how dense darkness is in the night. When sun rises, darkness disappears, and it does not leave its any trace. And not only when sun comes out, Shankaracharya uses very mythological word. It is Aruna. In your verse, Ati Prakashta Aruna Prabhaya. What Aruna is? Aruna is, we can say that dawn. Sun is not yet has come out, but it's light, red light. Arun is the charioteer of Lord Sun. In our mythological Puranas, there has been said that the sun is always continuously going, coming, always, all over the world, giving light to everyone. And he is traveling in a chariot, Saptaswarath Marudham. In that chariot, 7 horses are with which they are carrying his chariots. Charioteer is Aruna. Like Lord Sri Krishna is charioteer for Arjun. So obviously Arjun is behind, Krishna is ahead. Same, the Lord's Son is behind and Aruna, his charioteer is ahead. Like your driver. Driver is ahead and you are sitting in back seat. So that's the dawn. Sun has to come, but before it's coming, there is a light. And that light finishes the darkness. Sun has never seen the darkness. It is a story, not very authentic, but it should be listened. Once it happened, the darkness made a complaint to the Brahma against sun. Darkness said to the Brahma, creator of the universe, he said, I do not know why sun is giving trouble to me. Always, he is running after me. Wherever I am going, is coming, always following me. I do not remember what wrong I have done to sun. He is trying to destroy me. Always running after me. Always. Wherever I go, he comes. The creator, the Brahma said, okay, let me talk with the sun. What is the problem? The next morning, Brahmaji called the sun and said, he said, why are you giving trouble to the poor darkness? What is your problem? Why are you trying to destroy? The sun said, O Creator, I do not know any darkness. I do not have any idea of darkness. Then why should I give trouble to him? If unknowingly I have done something, I beg the forgiveness. Just call him and meet me. I want to meet with them, and then let's see. Brahmaji said, okay, I will arrange a meeting for you with the darkness. Till then, since that time, Brahmaji has been trying to arrange a meeting, but he could not. He could not succeed to put together darkness and the light. Because you and your absence cannot live together. So darkness is just absence of the light. Here Shankaracharya says, here darkness stand for ignorance. Ignorance. Because of ignorance, we have so many asat vasanas, desires for the universe, desires for the world, desires for the objects. Because of the main cause is darkness, ignorance. When a person sadbhavana surati, when the longing for to be with one Brahman, see, when the desire, the vasana, we call it mumukshuta. Now I want liberation. We don't want boundaries. But if our wanting is objective, then boundaries has to be happen. No one can stop them. So sadvasana. Sad means real. Sad means Brahman. Sad means liberation. And so when a seeker achieve longing to be one with Brahman, and all other vasanas, all other desires are like darkness. And this vasana, self-knowledge, is like sun. The sun of the self-knowledge, when arises in our insight, the sun of the self-knowledge arises in our intellect, in our mind, immediately. Very beginning point, if you're a real seeker, if our desire is real to the reality, then unreal vasanas will disappear. The sun of the self-knowledge starts rising in the horizon of our inner instrument. The ignorance of the self will disappear. No matter how dense it is, how dense it was, the sun of the knowledge will destroy it. Shankaracharya says, all ignorance will disappear. Now, next one. तमः कार्य मनर्थ जालम न दृश्यते सत्य मुदिते दिनेशे तथा द्वयानंदर्शानुभूतौ न वास्ति गंधो न च दुःख गंधा. I repeat, तमः कार्य मनर्थ जालम न दृश्यते सत्य मुदिते दिनेशे तथा अद्वयानंद रसानुभूतौ न वास्ति गंधो न च वास्ति बंधो न च दुःख गंधा. The translation is, darkness and its resultant evils are not noticed when the sun rises. So too, on the direct realization of bliss absolute, there is neither bondage nor the least trace of miseries. Now he is making more clear things. Here is two things: darkness and its effect. Tama karyam. Tama means darkness and karyam means its effect. Here tama means ignorance and its karyam means its effect. When there is darkness, what darkness does? Darkness does not exist. So darkness cannot do anything. Darkness just obstruct our vision. We cannot see clearly. Objects are there. We can see. But what does darkness? It just becomes obstacles. We cannot see the clearly what thing is in front of us. If we cannot see the clearly, our vision is not clear, then we start imagining there may be this, there may be that, there may be snake in the rope, there may be ghost, and we start becoming afraid. By our own imagination, there is no ghost, no darkness. So because of this darkness, our sight cannot work properly. Then we mistake. We cannot understand properly and we misjudge. We start imagination, and by our own imagination, we becomes miserable. So being miserable is its effect. Ignorance. Ignorance is the cause, and misery, sadness, bondage, death, body, everything is its effect. So ignorance obstruct our inner vision. See, darkness obstruct our outer vision. You cannot see there is a tree, there is a dog, there is a chair, there is a human being, because there was darkness. That is why you could not see. But the ignorance obstruct our inner understanding, our inner vision. And when our inner vision becomes obstructed, we do not have clarity about inner world. Very simple things. If we cannot see the outer world clearly, then we cannot take decision. What is this? This may be wrong, this may be right too. Both possibilities there, because you are just imagining. It sometime may be right. Same The ignorance obstruct our inner vision. And when our inner becomes obstructed, we don't have clarity about our inner world. Inner world means your soul, your mind, your thought process, your thinking. And this condition, I-ness and my-ness happens. You are searching something like a blind person. Blind person searching, looking at something. He, the blind person don't have any clear vision. So he's trying always. The self becomes, then in this state, our self becomes impure. Impurity means it identifies with something because vision is not clear. So it identifies with something and the self forget its own real nature. And then transmigrations starts. Miseries start. One start. When the sun of self-knowledge rises in the intellect. Here Shankaracharya uses the word Tatha Dvayanandarashanubhutau. If someone tests the Brahmananda, very unique word, Advayananda Rashanubhutau. Brahmananda, which is unbeatable, incomparable. Whatever objects we have tested, they may be gross or subtle. They may be worldly or heavenly. Always you have come, always you have come across so many tests, worldly test and heavenly. And you think in here or in heaven, we always are with liking and disliking. Liking and disliking. Some people you like and some people you dislike. Some objects you like and some objects you don't like. Why? There is no reason. No reason. You try to find out what the reason, liking and disliking. And same person. And same object. Sometimes you like and another time you don't like. Same person you like and dislike. So what's the reason? I think only reason is your destiny. Your destiny. Your destiny makes you happy and unhappy. And that is why your destiny creates surrounding for you. The person you don't want, but you have to live with that person. The person you want, you like with stay with him, but he is not available. So all over the universe, all over the world, we have liking and disliking. Sometimes we love, another time, the same person we started hate. Some objects we love, and the next moment we do not love. So, love and hate is not permanent. There must be reason, our destiny. You can hate, you can love because you have option. If things are optional, you can choose. If there is no option, then liking and disliking will disappear. You, we drink water. We don't have option. I like water, I don't like water. It does not matter. I like water, I don't like water. I like oxygen, I don't like oxygen. It does not matter. I like sun, I don't like sun. You cannot say because there is no option. In optional things, in optional conditions, you can choose. You can say, I like and I dislike. Same, the Brahmananda is very different. Shankaracharya says, Advayananda. Advaya means not two, without duality. In option, you have at least two. That is why you can say, I like, I don't like, because you have option. You like some sweet, you don't like other sweet. But you like or not like, I don't like eat food. It is not optional. You have to food. You have to eat. I don't like it. You have to eat. So Brahmananda is very different. Shankaracharya says, Advayananda, it is only one. So here is no question of liking and dislike. I don't like Brahmanand. I like Brahmanand. You cannot say both ways. Both ways are false. I like Brahmanand. I like the water. I don't like water because there is no option. So we cannot say I like Brahmanand. I don't like Brahmanand. Here question is only question is have we tasted or not? Have you tasted Brahmanand? Are you not? Here are two very different conditions. Brahmanand is not optional. The universe is optional. There are so many varieties. But Brahmanand, the Advayanand, the self is not two. So you can think this way too. You may like your body, you may not. You may like your people or not. You may like your house or not. But you cannot say, I don't like myself. I don't like my soul. You can say, I don't like my mind. Mind is very agitated. But you can change your mind. You can change your intellect. You can change your body. These all are options, optional, but yourself is not optional. So this idea will not come never your mind. I will don't like myself or I like myself. So liking and disliking are because of destiny. Brahmanand, Advayanand is not effect of the destiny. Think seriously. Be attentive. The whole world is because of destiny. We have worked so hard, and its results we are getting objects, miseries or happiness. But Brahmananda is not effect of any destiny. It is because of your practice, your sadhana, your study. So, birth is result of our past lives deeds. Our wanted or unwanted persons, objects are always in pairs. So when we are happy, and you see the happy person, simultaneously you will find he is unhappy too. Our happiness and unhappiness is going simultaneously because they are because of destiny. If some gets taste of Brahmananda, it is not because of your destiny, it is because of Vedanta studies, listening, reasoning, contemplating, and grace of the God and grace of the great masters. Some becomes eligible to realize it, and once if it tested, Shankaracharya says, then all other tests will loses their importance. The attachment will finish. The person who has tasted the nectar of the Brahmanand, he never remember objects. And why should that person remember? Why? What the cause? Because it is like that. One has divine river Ganges. He will not want dirty water for drinking. Thus, thinking about sense objects, self-centered actions both exhausted and vasana will disappear. And because of the world miseries will disappear. Now, next one. Next chapter. The chapter is Total Vigilance. Its price. I chant. Drishyam pratitam pravilapayanshan sanamatramanandaghanam vibhavayan samahitasan bahirantaramba kalam nayeta sati karma bandhe. I repeat. दृश्यम प्रतीतम प्रविलापयंशन सनमत्रमानंद घनम विभावयन समाहिता सन बहिरंतरंबा कालम नयता सति कर्म बंधे. The translation says, causing the perceived universe, both eternal and external, to vanish and meditating upon the reality, the bliss embodied, one should pass one's time watchfully for any residual prarabdha. The translation again, causing the perceived universe, both external and eternal, to vanish and meditating upon the reality, the bliss embodiment, one should pass one's time watchfully for any residual destiny prarabdha. See, Shankaracharya did hard work for a seeker. He's showing path every moment, a small things. He's very alert. Now he's saying, having achieved realization, Just imagine. It should be with you. It would be with you. I hope it may be with you. Shankaracharya says, having achieved realization, Prarabdha is still there. Prarabdha means your destiny. Prarabdha, our destiny. And remember always, by knowing self, Prarabdha does not finish. Prarabdha does not exhaust. By knowing yourself, this ignorance of the self will finish, but not Prarabdha. So everything, every condition, every situation, bodily and worldly, would be same. By realization, your vision will change. By realization, your understanding will completely change. Your approach change. Your vision change. From where all problems takes birth. All miseries cause is inside, and we are looking at outside. See what is going in our life. We are looking for what the cause for our miseries. We are looking outside. Here may be my enemy, this person, that person. I do not have this object. That is why I am miserable. I should have that. So we are looking outside the world. But roots are inside. We are searching outside. And no one could find the cause of miseries outside it because they are not outside. We think our enemy is cause for my misery. Unwanted is cause for my misery. Unwanted objects are my misery. Shankaracharya says, roots are inside. Roots are always inside. We are looking flowers. We are looking leaves. We are looking at trees, at fruits. But the roots are in the soil. Same, roots are inside. The realized person has found solution. And now he's become self-realized. His ignorance has gone. But outside world is the same as it was before. Before means when he was not realized person. The body, the water, the person, the friend, the enemy, the family, everything would be same. You may have attained realization, but your family, your friends, your enemy, they did not get realization. For you are realized, they are not. So they are same person. Shankaracharya says, now question will arise. The realized person still has destiny. Suppose one person has 80 years life, and when he reached at 40 and he becomes realized person, still he has to live 40 years. How this person should live? The question is, what one should do? How to live in this world? How to behave? how to interact with others, and how to live with objects, because destiny is there. Destiny will play its role because along with body, everything is there. They are working properly as they were working before. And the interesting thing is now they are becomes more efficient, more sensitive because there is no stress. They are also free, feel freedom. Their ability of the working becomes more qualitative and quantitative. That is why the realized person can work more than other persons. So, appearance of the phenomenon has no attraction for him. Whatever condition destiny creates, it makes no effect in seeker's life. Conditions happens, different level, the seeker is very different. Their level is different. Conditioning is happening another lower level and he upper level. Destiny will play its game with the body, with the object. It cannot play with the self. Shankaracharya says, so seeker, this person should be very careful within and without. Your inner activity is most important. So far, seeker is seeker. It's very important to be always alert about the thought process. And outside the body and its activity should be self-centered. Shankaracharya says, remember always your real nature. So, like worldly person always thinks about the world. In dream, in waking state, anywhere, in any condition, he is thinking always about the world, worldly objects. Shankaracharya says, same. This person, the seeker, should think about the Brahman. Every condition, any situation, your thinking process will be continued. Let mind think, just give a fresh material. Mind think, just put a fresh material. Still mind was thinking about the world. Now give different material, the material is self. And say to mind, now think about the self. So whatever time seeker has in this life with this body, Shankaracharya says he should spend it by quality thinking always about self. Now next one. प्रमादो ब्रह्मनिष्ठायां न कर्तव्य कदाचन प्रमादो मृत्युरित्याह भगवान ब्रह्मण सुत. I repeat, प्रमादो ब्रह्मनिष्ठायां न कर्तव्य कदाचन प्रमादो मृत्युरित्याह भगवान ब्रह्मण सुत. The translation is, one should never be negligent in one's steady obedience in Brahman. The divine son of creator Sanat Kumara has called negligence as death itself. See the translation again. The seeker should never be negligent one's study avoidance in the Brahman. The divine son of Brahma Ji, Sanat Kumar, has said, negligence has death itself. For make understand this verse, I will connect you with Mahabharata. This is very, very important. So that is why I would like to connect you with the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is very, very important. Madhavai Mrityu, this is a quote which has been taken from the Mahabharata. About Mahabharata, it is said Mahabharata is the fifth Veda. We know four Vedas: Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda. But Mahabharata is the fifth Veda. And in Mahabharata, there are many characters, very biggest epic, very biggest. Every character of human beings you can find in Mahabharata. You could find yourself in Mahabharata. Just read properly, you will find yourself. That is why in Mahabharata there are so many characters, All humanity is there. You could find Yudhishthira, the highest level of the humanity. The one human can reach there too. See the Yudhishthira. God, Sri Krishna, himself says to Yudhishthira in Mahabharata, Krishna says to Yudhishthira, O Yudhishthira, speak untruth, speak lie, half lie, even half lie, not full lie. He said, no, I will not. He denied. This is the human level. You could find Dusasana, Duryodhana, Shakuni, Bhishma. There are so many different, the whole universe in the Mahabharata you can find. That is why this is the greatest epic. Greatest. In this epic, in this Mahabharata, there are so many wonderful dialogues. The one is very famous, very known, we know as a Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is part of the Mahabharata. And there are so many other very important dialogues. Very, very important. Every dialogue is almost level of the Gita. But here, very, very similar dialogue in Mahabharata it is Sanat Sujatiya. Its name is Sanat Sujatiya. 5 chapters. There are 5 chapters. In Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters. But in this text, there are only 5 chapters. Very, very important. Even Shankaracharya wrote a commentary in these 5 chapters. So this dialogue started. I just connect you. I would like to just connect you. I'm not going to tell all things. The king Dhritarashtra, everyone knows, it is blind by birth. So he had no any idea about color or shape. He wanted to listen any time, everything he wanted listen, and he had his minister and his brother too. His name was Bidur. Bidur was incarnation of the Dharmaraj, the deity of the death. So Vidur was his brother and secretary too, personal secretary. And this person is blind. Always he was asking, Vidur says, tell me something, tell me something. So Vidur always giving discourses. And he created Vidur Niti. Vidur Niti. And once it happened, the dialogue was going on, and Dhritarashtra said, Vidur, tell me something very different which I do not know. Vidur said, okay. He said, I know something that you don't know. Dhritarashtra said, what? He said, yes, I know. I know, but you don't know. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, now tell me what is that matter? Vidur said, very simple sentence and very unique sentence, unbelievable sentence. No one could believe. Very simple, very strong. Just small sentence. He said, there is no death. Dhritarashtra became stunned. What are you saying? He said, yes, there is no death. You know that? Dhritarashtra said, no. I know there is death. Everyone knows there is death. Death is real. Everyone said, is it true? Yes. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, now explain me. He said, I'm not supposed to be a master. I know. I know the no, I have knowledge, but I don't have right to deliver that knowledge. So I cannot give you direct. So knowing is another thing, but teaching is very different matters. It should be authoritative. Knowing just information. See the Vidur. He says, I know, but I cannot say. Then who will explain? Vidur said, my guru. My guru is Sanat Kumar. Sanat Kumar is the Brahma's divine son. They were four brothers. They always remain in age of 8 to 10 years. And Vidur meditate, woke, and Sanat Kumar appears there. And having done all formalities, then Dhritarashtra asked, oh, he said, O Master, I have heard from your disciple Vidur, he said there is no death, but my experience is, the whole universe experiences there is death. What do you say? What do you say? Then Sanat Kumar started his discourses. He said, actually, this is a very big topic. I am taking just small things from there. He said, there are so many people, they say death is. Someone die and it takes another body. It would go to heaven or hell. And some say there is no death. When body destroy, everything is destroyed. But I think, I admit that. Pramado vai mrityuhu. This is the sentence. Shankaracharya took from there. Pramado vai mrityuritya bhagavan brahmana sutaha. Bhagavan brahmana suta. The Lord Creator's Brahma's son, the Sanat Kumar said, Pramado vai mrityu. I know that death is only inattentiveness. Pramad. Inattentiveness. Negligency. Negligency about what? Now Shankaracharya connects here. Pramado brahmanisthayam na kartavya kadachana. Shankaracharya says, negligency you should not do in Brahman, in self. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Shankaram Sankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Puna Puna Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Namaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti